Hi and welcome to this week's episode on Pulsate Academy. My name is Finola and I'm from the Customer Success team here at Pulsate. This week we're going to take a look at how you can increase the opt-in rate of permissions for your app. So let's get into it. So what are permissions? Basically, it's when you ask your users if you can access a particular area on their device, such as their contacts or the camera. It's also asking if you can send them push notifications. But how you ask is really important, and to show the benefits of opting in is great as well. So iOS and Android permissions. iOS asks for permission as you use the app, as you're going along, or when you download it initially. But we're going to look at a few of these different methods now in a moment. So with Android, you cannot download without giving permission from the Play Store. However, this is changing with Marshmallow 6.0. So iOS, we'll take a look at the first method here, the Blitz. This is basically when you download an app and you're fired a string of permissions, such as opting into location, opt into camera, opt into microphone, but they're not explaining why. So this is not recommended. As I mentioned there, you're not explaining the benefits. So the explanation, this tells the users why they should opt in. And there's two different ways of doing this. So you can do it so it looks like Apple's own system permissions. This is called native permission priming. And then you can theme it to look like your app and send the Apple system permission after that. So there has been an increase since this came about, and it used to be at 40%, but now it's nearly 70% as well. So ask when needed. An example of this is Peach, and we looked at this app last week with their interactive onboarding. So when they ask with the onboarding process, if you want to post a photo, then they ask for access to your camera, or to assemble your squad, they ask for access to your contacts. So that's a great way of doing it in the onboarding sequence, but you can also do it as a user is in the app. So maybe they've logged in for the third time and they've gone to access the camera. You can then ask them if you can have permission to access their camera there. So this method it's only when the feature is needed that you ask. So just with push notifications as well, the copy that you write explaining, Peach do a really nice example of this. It's when you explain why you want to send push notifications and what they'll gain from it as well. So just looking at Android permissions, with Android 6.0 Marshmallow, they've introduced a runtime permission model. So this is quite like iOS and allows you to control when to ask. So timing is key again. So there are just some examples of how you can ensure to get your app users permission. Next week we'll be taking a look at campaign automation. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to leave a comment below. You can catch us on Twitter at PulsateHQ, and make sure you subscribe to the Academy. See you next time. Next week we'll be taking a look at how you can create automated campaigns. So there are just some examples of how you can ensure to increase the opt-in rate of permissions.